You see, commonly the causation link that comes to the mind is I lack something, so I am searching for it. I lack something, so I am searching for it. This probably needs to be investigated a little closely. It might be possible that the search itself creates the impression of a need. Maybe it's the search that convinces us that we lack in something. And what is it that we lack in? That which we are searching for. Maybe it is not the need that comes first, maybe it is the search that comes first. Maybe we are trained to search. And it's a very amusing thing. When you search so hard, of course you need to have an inner rationale for searching. You need to convince yourself, why must you be putting your time, your energy, your mind in the search? So the inner argument is, surely I lack something. Surely I lack something. The more the search continues, the more the inner feeling of lack continues. At the deepest level, this inner feeling of lack is called God. That is why God is that emptiness within man which can never be filled. It can never be filled because it is never an emptiness in the first place. How can you fill up a hollow that does not exist? But we keep searching, and if we don't admit that the search has an authenticity to it, then the search would appear insane, right? The mind would ask, why are you searching if you haven't lost anything? So to keep searching, we have to convince ourselves we indeed do lack something. This perceived, this totally imaginary sense of deprivation is God. Don't repress your natural intelligence, and there is then no need for God. That which you are naturally is sufficient. And if you are too adamant upon having God, then you can call your natural being itself as godliness. I ask you a few things, please answer this. There are temples around here. Would people go to temples if they are not afraid? Would people go to temples if they are not greedy, tempted? Would they? What comes first then? Greed or God? Please see this. There is no God without greed. If you can get rid of greed, this getting rid itself is godliness. And if you go to God's temple because you are avaricious or insecure, what must you do? Visit the temple again and again, or stop and look at your insecurity? Or would you go to the temple to ask for solutions? That which is beginning wrongly in the first place, how can it bring us to the right end? If the very movement towards the temple is because of greed or fear, then how can the temple bring peace? The temple exists, as most of our temples are, because of our sense of deprivation. How can a structure that has been raised with deprivation at its foundation rise to give us fulfillment, when the foundation itself is of deprivation, incompleteness? How can the structure give us fulfillment? It challenges us to see whether we want what we claim we want. We took the example of the temple, and then there is the character of the woman here. You go to a man or a woman, you enter a relationship trying to want peace. There are those who say they are entering it for the sake of flesh. And then there are those who say who are entering it for the sake of peace. The second category usually considers itself higher than the first category. If you lack peace, would a relationship give you peace? The very reason why you are in that relationship is because you are insecure. The relationship itself is built on the foundation of fear and insecurity. How can the relationship then bring security to you? Will it? And what do you do next? Dissatisfied with one person, as our protagonist was, you move on to the next, hoping that the next one would fulfill you, and then you move on to the next one. And if you run out of persons, then you fall back upon furniture and electronic gadgetry and exotic travels, hoping that they might fulfill you. Do you do that, or do you honestly pause, sit down and wonder whether you really need any of these at all? Now, not needing these, if you come close to these, then this is a needless closeness. And this needless closeness is then not a purposeful, not a motivated closeness. Maybe that is what we can call as love. Where you are close, but not because you lack something, you want something. Yes?
So I think that the people around us make us realize that we lack something.
But don't call that realization.
Because we feel that.
Yes. And also don't take it as a one-way traffic. You said people around us make us feel as if we lack in something, right? Please see that that which you are is first of all a product of the people around you. That's the case with all of us. I'm not referring to you in particular. First of all, that which we are is a product of the people around us. Secondly, being that which we are, it is impossible to not to be influenced. You see, what we want to tell ourselves is that we are victims of social aggression. we want to console ourselves as some kind of martyrs. Right? We want to say that we have been unduly wronged by the society. We are the innocent ones and the society has been dealing roughshod with us. Is that really so? Can one be influenced without her consent? Yes? And given what we are, is it possible to not to consent? Given what we are, our consent towards our conditioning is going to be automatic. You see, you design a vessel to hold water, don't you? Who has designed the vessel? You design a vessel to absorb moisture. Have you seen some of those sponges or clothes that are highly absorbent? Who designed them? We designed them, right? Now that vessel or that sponge is nothing without the one who built it up. And it has not been built by itself, it has been built by others. It has to see that if it can, that it has no individuality. It is a product of the situations of the masters around it. Secondly, given its design, given its configuration, it has no option but to keep absorbing. It has no option but to keep holding. It is extremely important to notice the difference between this and the statement that the society has been influencing me. This me itself is society. Society need not influence it. If society won't influence it, this me would beg and crawl to the society to be influenced. I don't think we can begin with the society. We have to begin with this me that is a product of the society and ever so keen to be influenced. Ever so keen to be influenced. The saving grace is, if you are not keen to be influenced, if you are not prepared to be exploited, you cannot be exploited. One of the ways to remain getting exploited is to say that I am the victim of exploitation. By saying that you are a victim of exploitation, you only perpetuate your exploitation. I am calling being influenced as being exploited. I hope. Do you see this? Is it not a convenient way to escape responsibility? What can I do? All the social forces are just too much upon me. I am a hapless victim. Right? This I is not being acted upon by the society. This I is a product of the society. This I is the society itself. Practically, just ask yourself, please, is there anything about you that is not social? As you sit here, is there anything about you that is original, not social? There are few things about which we need not intemperately rebel. The clothes would be social, the language would be social, but what about the very basics of living? Have even they not turned social? Look at your thoughts, your emotions, your motivations. Are they not social? Look at your preferences. Are they not social? Look at what you claim to be interested in. Is all of that not social? We sit here as an audience of Indians living in a metropolitan city, right? Let's list down our interests, our likings, our dislikes, and then let's fill this hall up with audience from another culture, another country. And then let's list down their preferences and interests. You know what we would get, right? You would get a great overlap among the people of this set and among the people of that set, but not that great an overlap between the two sets. Is the conclusion not obvious? It's not only about what we like to eat that is influenced by the society. Even that which we decide to love is influenced by the society. And that's horrible, is it not? Had the society only dictated our accent, our preferences in clothing or our culture, it would have been a superficial influence. But the influence runs so deep that the society determines even our love and our God. Love, that which we call as something very intimate. We react if someone interferes in that zone, right? We say it is our own private affair. We claim it to be related to our individuality. What if we come to see that even such intimate matters are determined by the society, and not determined in the sense of deliberate oppression, but determined by conditioning us deeply. So you don't even feel that your choices are being dictated by an external agency. You feel as if it is your own choice. You would say, I like this, I am interested in this. Yes? Don't look at the society so much. Look at your daily life. Look at your choices, your decisions. And it would be really good fun to find out and let go of all that which does not really belong to you. It's seriously good fun. The moment you discover that something is not really you, it becomes fun to let it drop by itself. Like a load that you might have been unnecessarily carrying. Moment you discover that it is unnecessary, that it is not yours, you feel no guilt, you require no effort, it just drops. Yes, the society beams messages through the television. But who keeps a television in his house? Does the society come to plant free televisions in our living rooms? Yes? Does it do that? We spend our money in bringing that television to our houses, right? We are the ones who pick up the remote control. We are the ones who switch to that channel. We are the ones who consume the propaganda. And then we say we are victims of the propaganda. What kind of victims are we? Who go and purchase their chains? Who spend money to remain victims? Seriously? Stop paying the bills and let's see how they can keep you enslaved. Let's see how long they are going to keep feeding you free telecast. It all happens with our consent, right? Not only our consent, with our active cooperation and willingness. Yes?